Once again, I welcome you everyone that's watching me live here on my Facebook page, Kaman Andrew, and those ones that are watching on this Facebook page, God's Heart Foundation, and also those ones that are watching live on my YouTube channel, Kaman Andrew. Subscribe and follow up all the videos that I've uploaded as we talk about who is a child. Yeah, I've talked about a lot of things since I started these videos, talking about who is a child. Today, last time, we talked about the three fundamental things that you have to do as a child when we talked about being humble, patient, and also being kind. So last time, those are the three things that we talked about. You can check and recap and see what I talked about being humble, patient, and being kind. So today, we are going to look at one fundamental issue that most of the people do not do as well as they grow up in life, because they grow up thinking that everything there is working out their own way, the way how they want to drive things, that's how they need things to do. So this is happening right from the beginning when children started growing up in their own way, in their mentality, and thinking that things will work out their own way. This is when we see the children doing things. They do not even listen to their parents. They do not even adhere to the advices that their elders give them. So what am I calling for as we are talking about in this video? Today, I will request every child that is listening to me to always seek for counsel in everything that they do. The reason why things are not working out well, families are not working out well, businesses are not working out well, things that we plan to do are not working out well because we do not seek for counsel. We do things our own way. Politics is on its own way because the youth that are growing up right now, they do not seek for counsel. They think what they know is all. They think that everything that they have learned is all. People who have grown up, who have gone to school, think that the reason why things are changing because we have learned a lot. We think that the books are enough, that the things that we have learned in the books are enough. No, let me tell you one thing. Let's go back to the traditional ways of how things were working out. When a parent could sit with his children and they seek for counsel, they help them to understand how the world moves. They help them to understand how exactly things are working out, the reasons why things are going the way they are going. The reason why we are the way we are, the world is changing because of the modernization of the world. And we have modernized everything. Families have been modernized. The way how we talk, the children have been modernized. You only talk to your child on phone and everything ends there. The reason why marriages are breaking up right now because the children, the girls are not being sat by their aunties, and they are not being sat down to tell them exactly what marriage is. The reason why we are in the world that is doing things the way it is because we think the past do not matter with the present. No, the Bible says that the past teach you the present. Now, let me tell you one thing. We need to learn from the past. That's that side that we can get to know exactly what we ought to do. The Bible talks about David. David sought for counsel when he found out, yes, he was anointed to be a king, but he sought for counsel from God so that God can elect him to be what he became, to be what exactly he became. He remained humble as a child until he became a king. Even though when he became a king, when he found out and when he came back from war and found that his wife and his possessions were taken away by the Philistines, by the people who raided his village, He sought for counsel from the Lord. So what do I say? As a child of God, seek for counsel. Seek for counsel. Seek for counsel from God. Seek for counsel from the men and the people who God has put into our place, into our midst, so that they are our parents, the spiritual fathers that God has put into our lives, so that we can change the ministries. The reason why you see the apostles, they did great things because they sat under counsel of Jesus Christ. That's what I'm telling you. The reason why Jesus calls the children that these are this is my kingdom. If you do something good to a child, that means that you change everything with the child. A child who learns things when he's still young, he gets to know everything. What do I say? In that business, you are still a young child. You don't know, you don't have experience in that business, you're a child. So when you learn when you're still a child, things that you've learned when you're a child, they recap in your mind even though you grow up. They remain in your mind. They come back as you grow up. So you change things as you grow up. Things change in you as you grow up. So as you're a child in that business, as you're a child at school, you learn things and they remain in your mind. So what do I call for? Seek for counsel. Even the Bible talks about David. It talks about Saul. When Saul, God purposed it. When the children of Israel asked for the king, God purposed it so that Saul should move away from his father and goes away and seeks for counsel from a prophet. So he says, who is a seer here? So that I can seek for counsel and say exactly where the animals from my father are found. So what do I call for? I'm asking you to seek for counsel. I'm asking for everyone who is watching me right now, everyone who is listening to me right now. The reason why the generation, why the people are falling, why the people, everything is falling down. Businesses are started up, and they fall down because of the parents going away. Things have been started and they end up in a quagmire. They end up, everything ends up destroyed because we do not seek for counsel as we are children. We do not seek for counsel from the people, from our parents, from people who stand in our midst, from people who stand in front of us. We don't seek for counsel. So what do I call for? I ask you people, I ask everyone who is watching me right now, seek for counsel in everything that you plan to do. Seek for counsel as you start up a marriage, as you start up relationships. Seek for counsel. Ask either from God, ask from the people that we relate with. I believe that the people who are old enough, who have grown up enough, they have everything they have passed through. As you planning to become a politician, a great man in politics, a leader who is great, seek for counsel from people who have been leaders, who have been MPs, who have been presidents. I believe also that if we sit down as people, young generation, and learn from those who are in leadership right now, however much they are not good doing things the right way, the way we think they are doing it the right way, I think we can learn from them. Yes, they have been doing things in a wrong way, but we can learn from their mistakes and do not make the same mistakes as the way they are doing it. So we do not need to go in the bush right now, no, to fight for the politics, no, to fight for the leadership, no. We just need to learn from what exactly they have done wrong. We just need to sit down and ask them, well, how did they pass through this? How did they become leaders of great leaders? How did they become the great men in this world, and they have become great? So what do I call for? I'm asking you who is watching me right now, don't just criticize what is in front of you. Don't just criticize people who are in front of you. Don't just create hatred with the people who have gone far. I'm asking, just sit with them. Ask them how they make it. Ask them how are they passing through this hard life. Yes, everyone who is growing up, everyone who rises up, everyone who comes up has a challenge in life. has a thing that exactly did not work out the way they want them to work out. But what do? They seek for counsel. They seek for advices from people. They seek for advice from people who have gone through everything. We were not here when this generation started. We were not here when everything started up the way it is. We were not here when the presidentship started up. But they have passed through a generation. The president, who is the president right now, he was not the first president to be the president of Uganda. He was not the first president of the United States of America. He was not the first president of any country that is there. No, they were not the ones. But the reason why they have captured and they have come up, because they have known exactly the mistakes of their presidents that they did. So that's why they decided to come up and rise up and do not make the same mistakes as what the other presidents did. So what am I asking? Sit with the elders that you have. Sit with the people that are grown up in the marriage. Sit with people who have spent a lot of time in the things of business. Sit with people who has grown up in the things of leadership. Sit with people who has learned a lot in ministry. Learn from them. Learn. Seek for advice. Ask them questions exactly what you want to know. Ask them where things have gone wrong, where things are not working out in the way. No, do not sit back and say, me, I have to fight out this thing the way how I want it to. Me, I have to fight out this thing the way in the way that I need it to. No, they have gone through a lot. They have learned a lot. They have exactly. They do not make the same mistakes as they did it when they were starting up. No, the reason why the ministry and everything is not going the right way is because we are doing the same mistakes. We are moving in the same mistakes like how we started up things. The reason why the generation is breaking up, we are having people who are hurt. We are having people who are not loved. We are having people who are not in the way of being helping even others because they were not helped. But the reason why the last generation was working together, they working in the community, they could only play a drum and say, and people come together, and people come and collaborate together because they were learning from their fathers. They were sitting down with their fathers. Parents were sitting their children, and they learned from each other. They could learn exactly how to deal with things. You cannot work out things your own way. You cannot work out things when you are one. Because you as a person, two fools, the Bible says 2 fools are better than 1 wise person. That's why I'm saying, sit down with a fool, sit down with people you think are fools. You learn from them. The reason why people are growing up in business because they sit with people who do not know. They sit with the poor people. Poor people have ideas. Poor people has got a lot of things. What am I saying? The elder people, the elder ones, the elder generations know exactly what you have to do, where the wrong things are, know exactly where things have gone wrong. They know exactly what to do and change things. Go and ask them. Go and ask them what exactly you need to do. Go and ask them exactly where should we change. Yes, go and ask them a lot of questions and ask them, what can we do? Where do we change? Where can we change? Let's embrace what is good right now and change what is bad. So I'm asking this generation that's hearing me right now, and those ones that are seeing me, and those that will see me later, that you ought to listen to the people who are above us. We ought to listen to people who have grown up in things, who have learned things. We ought to ask them what to do. We ought to ask them where exactly we should change. We are children who need to sit with our parents. You are a parent. Sit with your children. I'm asking everyone. that go back. If you have grown up and you've been not talking to your parents, you've been not talking to people who are elderly now, I'm asking you, go back and sit with them. Go and sit with them. Ask them questions. Ask them exactly what went wrong. Yes, they will help you know exactly and change things that are surrounding you. We will change this generation, me and you, if we speak these things to the people. If we speak this thing to the generation and tell them exactly where things have gone wrong. I'm asking, we go back and sit with the elders and ask them and seek advice and seek for counsel. Let them counsel us and listen to them. Let them counsel us and take the good counsel. Don't take the bad counsel. Don't take the bad counsel of telling you what to do bad. Go and tell you, go and marry men. No. They have good counsel. They have advice they can give you to help you go through that business. So as you're a child in that business, as you're a child at that home, as you're a child in your father's home, as you're a child in the ministry, as you're a child everywhere you stand, in politics you're a child. So I'm asking you to go and seek for the elders, for people who have gone through, and seek for counsel and ask them exactly what you have to do. So ask them. You'll come and appreciate me for everything, because you go and sit with them and ask them. I've ever sat with the elder people and I've had their visions and their views. Their views are good, because for them they have passed through, they have learned a lot, they have learned things in a different way. So I'm asking everyone that is listening to me, as I wind up, seek for counsel. Seek for counsel in everything that you plan to do. Seek for counsel in everything, in your home, at your father's home. Seek for counsel. Ask your father exactly what is it. Ask your father. You go and create a conversation with your father. He will tell you exactly. He will tell you what to do. He will tell you. Go and sit with the people you think. Let's first embrace the good things that the people have done. Let's first embrace the good things. Then we ask them, how did they make these good things, and why things are going the way they are going out, what we see that they are not good. Thank you.